welcome to another exciting episode of Howard's Opinion. I'm your host, Howard, and I'm thrilled to have you joining me today as we dive into the world of sports. From the latest updates in the NBA to the most intriguing storylines in college basketball, we'll be covering it all on this show. To kick things off, let's talk about the recent developments in the NBA draft lottery. As you may know, the lottery is just around the corner, and teams are eagerly awaiting their fate. The Utah Jazz, Washington Wizards, and Charlotte Hornets are currently tied for the best odds of landing the number one pick, with each team having a 14% chance of securing the top spot. But what's really interesting here is how the rest of the draft order is shaping up. We've got tie-breakers to be determined, and some teams are set to gain or lose picks due to various trades and agreements. For instance, the Philadelphia 76ers and Oklahoma City Thunder are waiting to see where their pick will land, while the San Antonio Spurs and Atlanta Hawks are involved in a complex scenario that could see them either gain or lose a pick. And then there's the issue of playoff teams controlling their own picks, or rather, not controlling them. It seems that most teams at the back end of the first round have traded away their draft picks for veteran help, which means we can expect a lot of movement on draft day. In fact, it's estimated that over half of the 30 picks in the first round could change hands before the draft even begins. As we wait to see how everything plays out, one thing is certain: this year's NBA draft is going to be full of surprises. And we'll be here to break it all down for you, providing expert analysis and opinion on the latest development. We'll be right back with more fascinating sports news on Howard's Opinion. Welcome back to Howard's Opinion, folks. We're glad you're still with us as we dive into our middle segment. Today, we've got a fascinating story that's all about athleticism and dedication. You might have heard about the latest developments in the world of track and field, but if not, don't worry, we've got you covered. It seems that New Mexico's very own Lobos are making waves with their recent hires and transfers. Eric Olin, the coach, is getting defensive with his latest assistant coaching picks, and we can't help but wonder what this means for the team's future. But that's not all. We're also seeing some exciting new additions to the roster, including brothers Kevin and Kalai Patton. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, Howard, what about the departures? Don't worry, we've got that covered too. Our sources tell us that there are several players who have decided to move on from the team, but we're not going to name names just yet. Let's just say that it's an interesting time for Lobo fans, and we're eager to see how everything plays out. But here's the thing. With all these changes happening, it's hard not to wonder what's going on behind the scenes. Are the coaching hires a sign of things to come? Will the new players be able to gel with the existing team members? These are just a few of the questions we'll be exploring in the coming weeks. And speaking of exploration, have you seen the latest updates on the Lobos transfer tracker? It's like a game of musical chairs out there, folks. Players are coming and going, and it's anyone's guess who will end up where. But one thing is for sure, we'll be keeping a close eye on all the developments and bringing you the latest news as it happens. So, if you're a Lobo fan, or just someone who loves sports, you won't want to miss our upcoming episodes. We'll be diving deeper into the world of college athletics and exploring all the twists and turns that come with it. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Howard's Opinion. Welcome back to the closing segment of Howard's Opinion. As we wrap up this week's discussion, I'd like to bring to your attention some top sports stories that caught my eye. According to Yahoo Sports, it's been an eventful week in the world of athletics. First off, let's pay our respects to former New England Patriots tight end Don Hasselbeck, who sadly passed away at the age of 70. As a standout player in his own right, and the father of NFL quarterbacks Matt and Tim Hasselbeck, his legacy will undoubtedly be remembered by fans and players alike. In other news, the college basketball transfer portal has been buzzing with activity, particularly in Rhode Island. The University of Rhode Island men's team has secured its first two commitments of the spring cycle, with Bonaventure guard Jonah Hinton and Charleston Southern guard R.J. Johnson set to join the Rams. Meanwhile, Bryant's men and Providence's women have also made headlines with their own pledges and departures. As we transition into baseball season, it's exciting to see Rhode Island connections making waves in the professional league. From former World Series, most valuable player to a pitcher who received votes for the Cy Young Award, there are plenty of reasons for local fans to take pride in their homegrown talent. And let's not forget the remarkable story of Michael King, a former Hendricken star now playing for the San Diego Padres. On a historical note, did you know that the longest game in professional baseball took place right here in Rhode Island? The Paw Sox and Rochester Red Wings played an epic 32-inning match on April 18, 1981, which was eventually suspended and completed 2 months later. As McCoy Stadium undergoes demolition, it's essential to keep these memories alive. As we conclude today's episode of Howard's Opinion, I'd like to leave you with some final thoughts. The world of sports is constantly evolving, with new stories and drama unfolding every day. It's crucial to stay informed, engaged, and passionate about the games and players we love. That's all for today's Howard's Opinion. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, these are some of my humble thoughts. Keep on debating, discussing, and enjoying the world of sports. I'll catch you all in the next episode.